It's that time. You're definitely gonna need to grab a beverage for this one. The time has come. It is the time to do my 2023 makeup favorites. I'm gonna get straight into it. Grab your beverage, enjoy the video, let me know what your 2023 favorites were. The last thing before we get into it, I am gonna do a 2023 non-makeup favorites. So that's gonna have skincare, hair care, body care. What other care is there? I guess that's it. Also like books, perfumes, all that kind of thing. So that video will be coming as well. But let's get into my makeup favorites because this video is already going to be a million years long. I know. I've filmed try on clips for as much as I could fit onto my face. So let's just go. Brows. This year I discovered the Rare Beauty brow gel. This kind of came out later on in the year. I have been using the ABH Brow Freeze for probably the past year. And I do really love that, but I just find it a bit messy sometimes and it just takes a bit more longer, and this is just so much quicker, less mess, and it's so good. I've got it on my brows now. It's the one thing that holds my brows. Very bushy, I've got a lot of hair, and I feel like not a lot of brow gels or just brow products in general hold my brows down, and this does it all day, and they're not hard or crunchy, but it's also not left wet or sticky, and there's also no like white little chunks or anything in there either. So eye primers, I think this was a favourite last year. It's just going to be another favourite. Also, I actually forgot to mention that all my favourites from last year, I think I've been using a lot of favourites from last year as well because I had to kind of check which ones were in last year so I didn't repeat them. So you can definitely watch my last year's favourites. But for eye primer, Rare Beauty, this has just been, I just use this all the time. I don't know how I've not gone through this, maybe just because I don't wear eyeshadow as much. Really nice base for your eyeshadow. It definitely makes your eyeshadow last longer as well. I have really naturally dark eyelids, so I like to use something that has a colour to it like this one, and it just kind of cancels out any darkness, any veins, anything like that, and also makes your eyeshadow last longer. I personally do set this with like either a white eyeshadow or just translucent powder, just because my eyelids are very creasy. So just keep that in mind. That's just something I do personally. You might not want to set your eye primer. And then this is something I've discovered this year. This is the Vieve Eye Wand in the shade Sand, like multi-use sticks. I've been using the shade Sand as an eye primer, and this is a really good eye primer as well. Absolutely love this. It's very sticky, but also once it's dried down, it's not going to budge or go anywhere. I'm going to get some more shades of these and try like the eyeshadow stick kind of colours. Moving on to eyeshadow, I have 2 palettes and then just one single eyeshadow. First of all is Makiage. This is the Disco Fox palette that Kathleen Lights made when she collabed with them. This didn't come out this year, but I just got it kind of at the start of the year, and I've just used this to death. It's just pretty much been the only palette I've used when I've worn eyeshadow. I have definitely worn eyeshadow a lot less this year, working full time, just pretty much for videos, and if I'm actually going out and doing something, then I'll wear eyeshadow. This formula, it's just magic. Like, it's expensive. I also don't want to talk about this too much because you can't get it anymore. It was limited edition and it's sold out now. But yeah, they just blend like butter. If you have this palette, definitely get it out and use it. Make the most of it. This is the eyeshadow palette I am wearing on my eyes. Then we have this, which you still can buy. This is the Nude Mood palette from Colourpop. Those shades. This is just, I think this is a really nice bridal palette. I feel like it's just those kind of tones, I guess. Maybe you'd want something a bit cooler, but this is just a really nice bronzy, warm, everyday palette, and I love Colourpop's formula. I love their little palettes like this. They're just perfect. Yeah, they blend really well. I never have any issues with Colourpop eyeshadows, to be fair. So yeah, this has just been a palette that I've been using a lot. I still really love the Wild Child palette from Colourpop. That's one of my all-time favorites. Then we have this absolute gem. This is the Essence Soft Touch eyeshadow in the shade Cookie Jar. Oh my god. I first discovered these this year. If you haven't tried these, you need to. They're literally like £2, and this is just like wet, metallic, just goodness. Like, it's, let me show you. Look at that. Look at that. Definitely get this shade if you're into your bronzy shades, but yeah, I've used this so much as well. And I just, that's, with it just being that affordable, it's definitely like my favorite. Amazing. Okay, let's do eyeliner and mascara. So I'll just breeze through these quickly, not the most interesting categories, I guess. But for pencil liners, the Rimmel eyeliners, the pencil ones, are so good. I've been stuck with my LA Girl ones because I just love the glide on liners, but I can't find anywhere where I can get them now in the UK. I used to get them off Beauty Bay and I just can't find them anymore. But these are so good. I think I'm happy to go with these instead. So for my top tight line and just my favourite black eyeliner, the Rimmel Scandalise in black. I love this, so good, so black as well. And then also the brown eyeliner in the shade number 3. This one it has like a bit of shimmer to it, but you can't really see it. And I feel like the more I sharpen it and use it, the less glitter there is. That is the brown one there. And they last so long as well. I think, oh, they literally say up to 24-hour wear. They definitely are, because I wear these all day and they're still there at the end of the night. And the black one is like super black as well. So very creamy as well for pencil liners. So I was really impressed with these. Liquid liner, I'm not going to talk about this too much because this has just been like a favourite every single year for me. I think I've been using this for at least 3 years now. This is the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner in black. I have the brown one, I think, as well, but I use the black one the most. This is actually my second one now. And yeah, it's just the easiest, perfect black eyeliner. I love the pen, I love the tip. It's just so easy to use. I'm terrible at eyeliner. If you watch my videos, you will know that. If you can see my eyeliner now, you'll also know that, but this just makes it easier. And I feel like I'm not as bad as eyeliner when I use this. Mascaras. I can't remember if this was my last year's favourite, but I've been using this pretty much for the whole year as well, again, maybe. This is the Rare Beauty Volumizing Mascara, obsessed. I think I might like this one more than my Too Faced Better Than Sex, which has been my favourite mascara for like, I'll drop that now. That has been my favourite mascara for like 5 years? So many years, I can't even remember. So I compare everything to that because I only get volumizing mascaras. And I think Rare Beauty has topped that. But this year, I discovered this, which is not new whatsoever. But this is the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. This is the one, that's not going to focus, but it's the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is so, so good. I've been scraping out the last bits of this. This is pretty much done. I love the brush. I just love the formula of it. It lasts all day. It doesn't bleed. I never have any issues with my mascaras transferring. I know a lot of people get those problems. I've never ever had that. No matter how crap the mascara is that I've used, I never get transfer problems. So I guess I'm lucky in that sense, but it's so, so voluminous and I just love how it makes your lashes look. It's not too thick, it's not clumpy whatsoever, and I love it. Great formula. And this is like £2 or £3. I got this from Amazon. Primers, I surprisingly have 3 to talk about when I actually haven't been using primers this year. I've pretty much just been using like a mist, which I'll talk about in my non-makeup favourites because it's basically skincare. But I've kind of gone off face primers, which I never thought I would because I love my face primers. It's one of my favourite products to buy. However, when I have used them, Smashbox Primerizer is still a favourite. I still love that primer, so I will still use that. But also, I have three other favourites. My top favourite is definitely the Vieve Skin Nova. This is beautiful. This is so glowy and it just makes you look really healthy, and it's just, this is like perfect for every day because you can just wear this without makeup. I do that a lot of the time when I don't want to wear makeup but I still want a little bit of glow and it to kind of look like I've got makeup on. This is what I'll use, and it's basically just like skincare and makeup all in one because it's got really good ingredients. I can't remember what they are, they're not on here, but they do have skin loving ingredients with ultrafine pigments to give a golden hour glow to the skin. By the way, Vieve, brand of the year for me. There's a lot of Vieve in here. It's just the brand I've used the most and they've impressed me the most this year. It's the first year I've used them. I never tried them before, don't know why. They're definitely the brand of the year for me. That's probably my favourite primer now. I think it's actually taken over Smashbox. But then I have 2 other favourites when I haven't been using that. This is the e.l.f. Wow Glow SPF primer. I believe they've come out with like a colourless one of these as well. I like this one because it is so glowy, like it's super, super glowy. The only thing with this is it can pill up with some skincare and some foundations. So for me, whenever I want to use this, I will just use less skincare and I'll just keep it very, very simple. And I'll just make sure that my skincare is done like a few hours before I'm actually going to go in with this, or just keep it very simple, like I said, because I don't know what it is. It just doesn't agree with some formulas, but It's beautiful though. It's really, really beautiful. It gives you such a nice glow. I'll put a bit on the back of my hand. It comes out like this colour, so I don't know how it will be on different skin tones, but it just kind of blends out into nothing. But I don't know if it will give like a white cast on deeper skin tones. That's the only thing. You can see that glow there. There's no glitter in it either, which is what I love about it the most. I was using this more in the summer, but I think I'm going to go back to using it now again because it was just so good. Then we have my final primer favourite. This is the Saie Glowy Super Gel. This one's in the shade Star Glow. I can't remember if I've had this in a previous yearly favourites, but I've been using this a lot this year as well. This is the perfect product for glass skin makeup. If you just want to make it look like you have glass skin, very smooth, very, very dewy and glowy, this is the product that you want to get. I like using this one. It is the lighter one. They also have a deeper one that's just a beautiful golden colour. So if you have deeper skin tones, that is probably the one for you, but I love using this one. And it's just beautiful. Again, this is similar to the Vieve one in the sense it feels like skincare. So yeah, really been loving that one. Alright, foundations. I have 3 favourite foundations for this year. So I'm going to start off in 3rd place with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation Stick. This is not new whatsoever. This has been out for years. Don't take this shade as a reference. If you're like my skin tone, don't get this shade because this is too deep. I definitely need a lighter shade. This is Macchiato. So yeah, I love this foundation stick so much. It's probably the best foundation stick I've tried. And it's really creamy, very, very soft, easy to blend, but it's really buildable. And that's what I was surprised with this the most, because when I think of Huda Beauty, I think of full coverage. I think cakes on full coverage makeup. This isn't. This is so buildable. You can get the most light natural finish with this, or you can build it up to be full coverage as well. It just looks like your skin, and I love this so much. It also lasts all day. 15 out of 10. The second we have this guy. This is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I love the bottle. I love LYS packaging. This brand is so cute. I fell in love with this. I think this is the most used foundation, I think, for me, because I got my other favorite like a bit later on in the year, so I think this is definitely the one. Same with the Huda one, actually. I got this way later in the year. This is the one I've been using for most of the year. I got the shade MG5 in this one. This is just perfect for every day. It's a serum foundation, so it's more light coverage, but it's still got a lot of coverage. Like, you don't need a lot of this. I'd say it's medium coverage. It's not even light. It's definitely medium coverage, and you can still build it up. I think you could probably get full coverage with this, and it's just so lightweight and so smooth. It feels like a gel because it's that like serum formula, and it gives you the most healthy, nice, natural glow, and it lasts so well throughout the day. I prefer how this looks kind of at the end of the day even. Weirdly enough, it just gets better throughout the day, and I love this. So this has been my perfect everyday shade. I've pretty much used this for my work foundation for most of the year. And then when this guy came into my life, it took over everything. I found my holy grail foundation, which I've been trying to find for years, and now I know this is the one. If I had to get rid of all my foundations, I'm keeping this one. This is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I feel like this is going to be in a lot of people's yearly favourites. It's just that good. My perfect shade is this one, which is 260 Light Medium Cool. I love this formula. It blurs your skin. It doesn't look like makeup. It looks like your skin. It's so smooth. It gives a really healthy glow, and it lasts all day, and it doesn't get cakey. It doesn't get drying on my skin. I have very dry skin, and I just love it. It ticks all of my boxes, and I couldn't ask for more. So this is definitely my favourite foundation, and it's what I'm wearing on my skin today. I don't like using it for when I'm going to work, but when I do, it always compliments on my skin. Concealer, again, we have 3 concealers here. I have the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. This one's in the shade Granola. When I repurchase this, because I definitely will, I won't get this shade. It's a little bit too deep and a bit too warm. I definitely do need a lighter shade, but this, again, it's kind of like the foundation. It's just full coverage. Well, this is full coverage. It's smoothing, but it's really hydrating under my eyes. So if you have dry skin, you'll definitely love this concealer. So I definitely recommend it for dry people. Haus Labs, this is the Triclone Skin Tech Concealer. I love the foundation more, but I love this concealer as well. I really, really like it. I like to use a bit more of this than I would the other concealers that I'm talking about, because I feel like it doesn't have full coverage right off the bat. It's definitely a medium buildable coverage, so yes, I like to use a bit more. And I use the shade 223 light medium golden, and I love the consistency of this. It feels really different to like any other concealer that I've tried, because it feels like kind of whipped, like it's really creamy and whipped, but not fluidy like other concealers, but it blends out really nicely as well, and it's so good. Gaga, she killed it. Then we have my Holy Grail concealer. So again, I love those two, but this has just beaten everything. Like, I'm pretty sure my favorite concealer ever is either the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer, which I haven't repurchased in a while, but also the Jouer concealer is one of my favorites. But this has taken over everything. This is the Vieve Modern Radiance concealer. This is so full coverage, but so natural looking. I don't know how they did it. I'm definitely on my way out of this. Like, this is also, it's so messy. It's so messy, but I've used this to death. So I'm definitely gonna need to get another one of these soon, which is rare for me to go through a full product because I test so much, but that just shows it's so full coverage, but it just looks like your skin. It feels really lightweight and it just blurs your skin. I feel like it blurs the skin. I don't know if it actually does, but it just, my under eyes always look flawless when I use it. It's what I've got on today. Guys, I just love it so much. It's just perfect. I also like doubling this as a foundation as well. I like mixing it with the Skin Dew, which I'll talk about as one of my favorite highlighters as well. I like mixing these together, and then it creates a really nice like satin natural foundation look as well. I saw Jamie do that and I immediately tried it. Are you tired yet? Because I am. I've like to film this video for Instagram and also for TikTok. I've filmed this video like 3 times basically. Let's go on to powders. Actually no, we'll finish all the creams first and then we'll go on to powders. So for cream bronzer, I weirdly only have 2 to talk about, but I think it's because I've just been using this one the most, but I also like switching up my cream bronzers. Nothing really stood out to me that much in terms of cream bronzers this year, but this is something that I've used so much since I got it. This didn't come out this year, but I just tried it this year. This is the Soul Face and Body Bronzing Balm. It's from Colourpop. I used the crap out of this in summer. Perfect. It's got like a little stopper. It's huge. It's supposed to be like a dupe for that Chanel bronzer that everyone used to rave about. Never tried that, but it's supposed to be a dupe for it. I love this formula. One, it smells like coconut. It smells like coconut cream, and I love that. And the formula is so creamy and it lasts all day on the skin, which is pretty rare for cream products, especially with it being that creamy as well. So I really, really love this, and I really love the undertone as well. So this has just been a go-to product for me for the year. And then a newish favorite is the Curve Case from MadeByMitchell. I had to put this in here because it's just such a good product. I'm so happy that I bought it. I don't usually buy palettes because I don't find myself using everything, but there's something about this palette. It just does things. I love it. So my favorite bronzer is this shade here. I feel like I could use this one now I'm a little bit more tan, and I love using this. It's the bronzer that I've got on today. All the blushes, they've obviously all got the same formula. They're very, very creamy. They are quite pigmented, so I always like to build it up and go in a bit slowly. Very creamy. They just blend into your skin, and they leave the nicest dewy glow ever. So I really, really love these, and also these last as well on the skin. I love this whole palette. The blushes are a favorite, and so are the bronzers. Cream liquid blush is where I have a lot. Let's start off with probably my most used one, which is the Kash Beauty Skin Glaze. This is in the shade Rose Quartz. I think this is actually more like a highlight than a blush. I don't think they class it as a blush. I like using this more as a blush and also as a blush topper. I'm wearing this today over another blush that I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I love this so much. I think I've used most of it. It's just a really unique formula. I've never tried anything like this before, and I love Kash Beauty. They're a really good brand, and I've just never tried anything like this formula before, and this is so, so unique. Like, the shade is just really different as well. So I absolutely love this, and I love the formula as well. So you can use it as anything really. You can use it as a highlight, you can use it as your blush, or you can use it as a blush topper as well. The blush that I've got underneath that Cash Beauty one is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush in Maui. This is one of my favourite blushes ever. I'm so glad that I tried this shade, because usually I'd look at this shade and be like, that's too light for me, it's not going to work. It does, it does. It's very natural, obviously, but I love this so much. It's perfect for every day, and I love layering this with other blushes. Like I said, these two together as well. I mean, I do have highlight over this, but I love it. The formula is really, really good. I prefer the luminous ones definitely to the matte ones. I think they're different because I think the matte ones are more drying, and I just also have dry skin, so I like the dewy finish of these ones as well. I was into my pink this year. Then we have Latte from Anastasia. This is just so beautiful. This is again just like a perfect everyday pinky rose shade. I'll show you a swatch of this. This one kind of reminds me of e.l.f. Maui a little bit, but this one is a bit more like browny and a bit more warmer. This is more like a cool tone pink, as you can see. It's a bit more warmer, but I love this, and I was using this a lot as well. I think this came close to the Cash Beauty one, but this is a really good formula. I think this is more of like a matte, so if you have like oily skin, you might prefer this formula. It has a brush on the other side. I've never used it, as you can see. I love that. Oh, also this lasts all day. I love it. We have this. This is, I need to get more shades of these. This is the Saie Dewy Blush in Spicy. Like, look at that. Look at that red. It's like a brown cinnamony red, and it's so dewy. This is probably the dewiest blush. I'm not including this really because it's more like a highlight, but this is like the dewiest blush that I own. And I need all the shades immediately because this is so, so good. And oh, I can't. I love this. I use this more in like autumn time. Dry skin, try this. So good. And I feel like not many people talk about these either, so. Saie is a brand that just kill it as well. I really like the stuff that they come out with. I want to try more. Loose powder. The Refi loose powder is still my holy grail. But this has come very, very close to it, and I think I might actually prefer this a little bit more. This is the Luna Beauty loose powder in the shade Pink. This is more of like a towards the end of the year favorite. So good, so good. They put magic in this powder. It comes with a little powder puff. Like I said, I got the pink one. It's got like a protective cap that you lift up as well. I love this so much. It blurs your skin. It actually blurs your skin. And I have been obsessed with it. It doesn't feel like powder. It's so finely milled and smooth and lightweight. I have dry skin, as I say, every single day. This just doesn't feel like I've got powder. Sometimes with my skin being that dry, when I put a loose powder under my eyes, I can feel it kind of tightening. This doesn't do that, and I love it. But it just feels, look at that. It smooths your skin, it blurs it, and I'm obsessed. Like literally look at my under eyes. I haven't powdered anywhere else because I just don't, but this, obsessed. And also we have some more Vieve. This is the Modern Powder Perfector. This one's in the shade Medium. I don't know how I haven't hit pan on this because I've used the crap out of this. I've also put a bit of this on top of the Luna Beauty powder, but this is just my favorite pressed powder ever. Usually I don't use pressed powders to actually set my concealer because they always end up creasing. This one is magic because this doesn't do that. This sets your under eyes, it doesn't crease or anything. It's just so perfect. This is so smoothing as well. It has a bit of a tint to it, obviously, with it being a shade. I love this, and I probably use this the most because this one came out later in the year. This is pretty much all I've been using. Okay, powder bronzer. I feel like I found really good powdered bronzers towards the end of the year because I've kind of gone back to powders now. Like I'm having a little cream rest, I think. So I only have one actually, and again I found this quite later on in the year, but I repurchased the Milani Silky Matte bronzer. This one's in Sunkissed, and I forgot how good this formula is. It's just so creamy. It's literally as the name says. It's silky and it's a matte formula, but it's just beautiful and it feels so high end for it being Milani. Powder blush. I just wanted to mention these because these are so underrated, and I feel like I don't hear many people talking about Barry M. For me, their products are very hit and miss, but these are so, so good. These are their baked marble blushes. They did send these to me, but I love them and I kind of want to get another shade. I think they still have one more shade that I don't have. So we have the shade, sorry, Sunray, which gives Milani Luminoso vibes, and then also Paradise, which is for more deeper skin tones, but I can still use this one as well. I love it. Both of these are so beautiful. I love the berry one a little bit more. Actually, I use this one more. The formula is just so creamy. There's no glitter in these and they just leave the nicest sheen on your skin, and they're so affordable as well. So these are beautiful, and like I said, they do have another shade. Highly recommend. And also the packaging, fully recyclable. Oh my god, is that it? Have we just got lips? So I have 4 favourite lip liners. I'm going to talk about the Vieve ones first. I have the shade Bark and Brat. Bark is the brown one and then Brat is this pink one here. These have been the most used lip liners for me this year. I literally use these every single day. Brat is kind of like a pinky everyday colour for me. It's kind of like my lips, but a bit pinky. So I like to use both of these kind of every day when I'm going to work under like a lip oil or something. So I love these. These last so long as well. That's why I like wearing these for work. So yeah, these have definitely been go-tos. Then also the NYX Line Loud Lip Pencil in Global Citizen. Oh, this is probably one of my favourite lip liners of all time. I love this shade so much. It's this middle one here that I've just swatched. Definitely like a My Lips But Better kind of shade, but I really love the NYX Line Loud formula. It's really, really creamy and really long lasting as well. But I think my favourite one has been this, which is the MadeByMitchell Tint lip liner. Can't remember if this was a favourite last year. I really can't remember, but this has just been so good. This is the lip liner I've got on today under the lip product that I will show in a second. But this is just like the perfect brownie nude for my skin tone. It's this end one here. And these literally don't budge. They're literally called Smudge No Budge. They last forever, but they're so creamy and they just kind of like melt on your lips. I love them. Let's talk lips, because we have options here. They're all kind of the similar vibe. There's no actual lipstick in any of these. I've definitely gone off lipsticks, as I think we all kind of have. This one we're going to start off super affordable. This is the MUA Makeup Academy Satin Sheen Lip Stylo. This one's in the shade Heartfelt. I don't know how I've not bought more shades. This is what it looks like. It's just like a twisty up like crayon kind of situation. Really, really comfortable, really hydrating for the lips as well. And I love it. It literally gives a satin sheen, hence the name. So these have been really good. I've been using this probably, I think I've been using this the most, as well as one of the lip oils that I'm going to mention. But then we have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Hydra Lip. This is like the Makeup by Mario one that I'm going to talk about now. You just like twist it up. And I just love this shade. I haven't found one that's more affordable that is a shade like this. I really love this. These are super glowy. This is definitely more glowy than this. But I mean, this is less than half the price of this. But I've really been liking this. I think this is a mini. I don't think this is a full size. Or is it? Actually, it could be. I really like that shade anyway. And I really like the formula of those. My most used lip product is probably this. This is the Vieve Lip Dew in the shade Rosa. Obsessed, absolutely obsessed. This is their glossy lip oil. I don't know how I haven't got more shades yet. I only have this one and the cherry one, but I've used this to death. This has pretty much been the product I've been using on my lips every single day. They smell really good as well. Oh, I love it. They literally smell like cake. Them being lip oils, they last so long on the lips, weirdly enough. Obviously you still will have to reapply it throughout the day, but it still lasts a good few hours. Then we have these that I have to give honorable mentions to. These are the Lights Lacquer Jelly Balms. So they're basically like lip oil and a lip gloss kind of combined, but they don't feel like glossy, they're not sticky, anything like that. And I just really love the formula of these. So this is probably one of my favorites. This is Das Expensive. It's just like a clear with like champagne and gold like shimmer all the way through it. So I love using this as like a topper. Then we have my most used one for sure, which is Miss Honey, which is a nice kind of sheer pinky nude. And then this, I would love to see this on like deeper skin tones, but this is the shade Alyssa. Like, you look at these and you're like, oh, that looks like a lot of pigment. They're not, they're quite sheer. So I love these and they're really comfortable to wear as well. And then to end the video, the lip product that I'm wearing on top of that MadeByMitchell lip liner. This is the Makeup by Mario Bronze Glow Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. This is definitely a cheat because I literally got this last month, but this has just beat any other lip product that I own. Look at the shine and the gloss on my lips. It's just beat everything. I love it. I mentioned it in one of my last videos, so I won't talk about it too much, but it's just, it glides on your lips. It's really smooth and it gives the shine like nothing else. I don't know how they did it. There is like a tingly, minty sensation, but I don't think it actually plumps my lips. I've never noticed any difference. And that is it. But I'm tired, but that is it, guys. That is the end of my 2023 makeup favorites. So let me know if any of these products have been favorites of yours, or just let me know what your 2023 makeup favorites have been. And yes, thank you so much for watching. I know this is going to be going up in the new year, so I hope you all had a happy and safe New Year's, and I'm wishing everyone a very, very happy New Year. Wait, I missed highlight. Oh my god, I missed highlight. Sorry, I looked at this and I was like, ooh, I love that. And then I was like, oh, I've not done highlight. Let's just rewind a little bit. I'm such an idiot. So I mentioned this briefly before. This is the Vieve Skin Dew. You can use this for so many different things. This is just a mini that I have because you don't need a lot of it, to be fair. But you can mix this in with foundations. You can use it as a body glow. You can use it as a highlight, whatever you want. And yeah, I've really been loving using this. So it smells so good as well. I've been using it as a liquid highlight as well. So this is probably my most used one, and then the highlight I'm wearing today is the Rare Beauty highlight in Exhilarate. This is the only powdered highlight that I've been using because it feels more like a cushiony cream kind of thing, and I love it. So yes, they're the highlights. Sorry, I completely forgot those. But now that completes the 2023 makeup favorites. So as I was saying, I hope you all have a great new year and a great 2024 as well. That's what we're all wanting. We need a good year because something's happened in every year recently that's kind of thrown me off. So here's to us all having a good 2024.